Sukobi u Ukrajini traje već više od 2 nedelje, a ni 3 runde mirovnih pregovora ruske i ukrajinske delegacije nisu urodili plodom. Više od 4,5 miliona ljudi pobeglo iz Ukrajine, a procene su da na stotine hiljada ljudi i dalje čeka na evakuaciju. Iako su dogovoreni privremeni prekidi vatre i organizovani humanitarni koridori, evakuacija civila ne teče onako kako je planirano. Najteže je trenutno, može se reći, u lučkom gradu Mariupolju, gde na stotine hiljada ljudi čeka na evakuaciju, a stižu informacije da nemaju struju, da nemaju vodu i da ostaju bez hrane. Upravo u tom gradu je porodica naše današnje sagovornice Anastasije koja nije sa svojom porodicom u Ukrajini, već se nalazi u Holandiji. Ona će nam reći kakva je situacija tamo i kada se posljednji put čula sa njima. Anastasia, thank you for talking for Telegraph. I've just explained to our readers that your family is in Mariupol. You told me that your father is in Kharkiv. When was the last time you spoke to them?
First of all, thank you for inviting me as well. The last time I spoke with them was yesterday because they live in the city center, and I think I'm quite lucky in this respect that connection is possible. They were able to reach any connection there sometimes. So yes, I spoke yesterday for a couple of minutes with them. They reported they're alive from somewhere on the ground.
Tell me, who do you have in Mariupol?
I have my grandparents there. They're both engineers. I have my mother, who is a university teacher, but her university was bombed yesterday, so I don't think she has any work anymore. And I have my brother, who is 17, so he's a student. He's right under the age of being mobilized for the army.
Tell me, please, we have information that for the past 10 days it's been really hectic in Mariupol, that they are out of electricity, out of heating, without water, that they're missing food. Is your family, where are they? What's happening? What did they tell you when you talk to them?
The situation is quite insane happening there. And for the past, when the war started, we of course were very worried about everything, but we made a decision that they should stay because it was very dangerous to drive. But no one could imagine that what's happening right now was coming. So about, I think, 7 days ago, or maybe 10 actually, they lost electricity, so it means no heating, no light. It's difficult to connect the phone to charge phones because of this. No water, no gas past days, so literally there is nothing they can live on. And the city is trying to provide at least some water so people can cook and drink. And also they have been cooking outside of their house right now, like in the courtyard, all people together, trying to cut some wood and to basically go to last century style of cooking to sustain their life somehow. But it has been difficult for the past days because there is also snow right now in Mariupol, and everything is wet, so they cannot even start the fire properly. And humanitarian help is trying to get to the city, but it cannot because of all the bombing and shooting. So the water is running out, and basically they're working together, all of the city, trying to get as much supplies as they can to help each other.
I've mentioned humanitarian corridors before, and I know we had trouble for evacuating the civilians from Mariupol. Did anyone try to get in touch with your family? Do they actually have directions what to do? Did any of the convoys reach Mariupol in the last couple of days?
So nothing reached Mariupol a couple of days. It has been on the road already for 3 days, and they keep trying to get them from Porodica to Mariupol, and we keep hoping for this, but nothing has been provided so far. And talking about getting out of the city is also a challenge right now. They did announce some evacuation a couple of times ago, these green corridors, but none of them were executed because when they announced the shooting started again, it was very dangerous for them to travel. So as you can imagine, that people don't really have any information, and in order to in order to let them know that there's evacuation. Usually there were police cars going with heavy speakers telling everyone that there is evacuation, so people could come and make a line, but nothing happened so far. We're still waiting, and all these green corridors, all days of silence which were announced, they never came to reality, unfortunately.
I know it's very hard for you to talk to us about this, but we also said that your father is in Kharkiv. Kharkiv has also been in the center of the invasion and everything, but we heard that the past 24 hours have been really hard in Kharkiv. Did you hear from your father this morning?
No, I didn't talk to my father yet. No, I don't know. Last time we had a communication, he managed to send us some emails and sending that in his area it was calmer than in others. Yeah, they're staying underground. I have no idea what is my father right now. I don't know.
Tell me, what is your plan when they get them out?
Yeah, of course, I would like to know. I mean, it's an open question because, of course, all of our apartments we had in Mariupol, they're gone right now. It's not livable anymore. You cannot stay there. We have a place in Kiev, but which is also very dangerous right now. So probably the most logical would be to get them out somewhere abroad. But I have to discuss with them yet. I don't know. I'm relocated right now to the Netherlands because of work, and but I don't know yet how I will be able to sustain all of them because it's a big family. I don't know yet. We will talk through with them as soon as they get out. Right now, my priority is to try to get some of the city.
Tell me, please, what did they tell you when they call you? How long can you talk to them? Is it a matter of 1 minute, or you can talk for 10, 15 minutes? What did they tell you when they call you?
It really the length really depends on the day. It used to be that we were able to talk at least 10 minutes, and as usually it's not them telling me, but me telling them what's happening in the country overall, because they have no connection. They don't know. They just hear shooting every day, and the level of despair is going crazy right now. It's me informing them if any humanitarian help is coming, if any green corridors are planned, how the progress in Ukraine overall, if there is to Ukraine at all, if there is anyone coming to help them, because for some days they felt like everyone just forgot about the city, and everyone was already gave up on them. But I kind of try to reassure them that there is help and everyone is trying. Everyone is trying to help as much as I can right now. This is from my side, and from their side, they just basically report me that they're alive, and I of course try to ask about if they have heard anything from our friends, because all families have been worried right now. All my friends who come from Mariupol try to get at least some information about their relatives, and we are very united right now. All the kids or relatives who are away from Mariupol, and we're trying to exchange information as much as possible with each other about different bits and pieces we get from Mariupol.
So you're basically like a team, all the Ukrainian people that are out of Ukraine now, you're all exchanging information in order to get the real info about your family and your loved ones.
Yes. So we have chats, we have Telegram, which is WhatsApp, but in I would say Eastern countries, more popular, and we have a chat there, and we exchange information. Hey, I managed to reach my parents. They are from this district of the city. They say that this has been shelled, or these people have been alive. So we are really trying to reassure each other just by letting know what we have heard from our relatives.
Tell me, are they in the shelter 24 hours a day, or they're in the shelter just during the night? And do you have any information? Are they under shelling all the time, or it actually has?
From what I understand, it's shelling constantly. It's just a matter of heavy shelling or not so heavy shelling. And like they started with living in their apartments. I was quite worried that they're not going into shelters because you know, it's a matter of luck when the next shell will get into. And the reason they were not going to shelters because they're not really any proper shelters. These are just underground places, like basements from some houses, which you can imagine like not very livable and very difficult to stay, especially when there are so many people. There is no ventilation. Like it's very difficult to breathe there, and that's the reason why they were trying to stay in their apartments. But then I think 3 or 4 days ago, my grandparents got a shell in their house. Well, they live in an apartment house, and it wasn't in their apartment, but it was in their house, which already quite scary. So they moved with my parents, with my mother and brother. And for the past 2 days, from what I hear, I think they're staying all the time in shelter, because my brother, he reached me yesterday, but he said he's somewhere like underground. I couldn't talk to him too much. He just reported me that they're alive, and yeah, that's all information I got from them.
I also have to ask you, even though the United States in the past weeks and months before it all started have been warning us that this escalation would happen, we can say that not many actually believed it would. Did you believe it would get to this? No one believes this is going to happen. Like, you should also understand, especially like from my region where I live, we have been having a war constantly since 2014. Like, people got used to it so much. It's constantly some shelling, some fightings, and people really don't pay attention so much. And no one could even imagine that this is going to happen. I myself, I mean, of course, everyone has been warning for a long time. And I also, I mean, I have my partner who was very much, who really wants me to get out of Ukraine. That's the basic reason why I'm outside right now, because she was very pushy, and I thought, okay, I will take precautions, and I took like a small baggage of things. I was planning to go out for like, a month just to wait while this escalation will go down before the war started, actually. And I was also asking my parents, my family, for saying that maybe you will go at least to our friends in Zaporizhia or the closer cities, you know, just to wait, who knows what will happen. But everyone was like, it's going to be fine. No one really believed the war will start. No one. This was quite... Considering that was the situation, do you have any idea or hope that this will end soon?
There is hope. There is always hope, and we are basically living right now only with a hope that this will end soon. Unfortunately, I don't think in reality it's going to be this, that it's going to end soon. I think they will start, like, having seen the past developments of the war. Like, Mariupol is quite a strategic point for Russians to take over, so they are fighting over it very March, and every day we see something happening which you could not imagine will happen. You know, everything started with a shelling, and people were like, okay, this is shelling, but past 2 days they started bombing the city, and this is already like next level of craziness. And now they're talking about this chemical biological weapon, which I'm honestly like, I'm very afraid they will use this, because there's no like limits of what they are doing right now anymore.
I guess that your partner is your biggest support at this moment, but we must also talk about the support the Western countries have given, actually the whole world have been giving to the Ukrainians at this moment. Do you appreciate it? Is it actually helping you in this very difficult moment to have such love and all the comfort you can get from the West?
I have to say, I am, and I think all Ukrainians, we are very surprised how the West responds in a positive way. You do feel extreme support, and I'm not really outside on the streets right now. I'm trying to like really work on my own like psychological state and I'm quite distancing from people, but even at work, I have all my colleagues very much supportive, and everyone, I see people providing shelters. I see people like texting me all the time, how can I help? Tell me. And I wish I knew. I mean, of course, I'd send them links, how can they support the army, how can they support humanitarian help, how they can share something on informational field. I do feel a huge support, and we are all very thankful for this. I mean, I personally feel guilty sometimes that people give so much support and we are still so worried, and so I'm still crying every day, even though people give support. But yeah, we definitely do, and we are definitely very thankful for this.
I can only hope that one of your biggest wishes at this moment is to see your family safe in your hug. Will happen soon. Until then, do you have a message you would like to send out?
I mean, I would like to send out the message that lives matter, and I think we should try to negotiate. This is a land of wars, and I feel very painful for what is happening right now, for seeing all the things which are happening to the places I grew up and I value. But I think we should still remember that we are people, and we should support each other, and we should not resolve anything with guns and bombs. The lives matter of every single person.